Hey coding bots. So basically in today's GFG POTD we have a problem, sum of subarrays, and it is a medium level problem. And as the problem statement is given an array R, find the sum of all the subarrays of the given array. Here note is given, it is guaranteed that the total sum will fit within a 32-bit integer range. So here the example is given. Let's say if we have an array 1 to 3. So we know very well about array and subarray. So if I'm talking about the example one here like 1 to 3, so what are the possible subarrays for this 1 to 3? So if I'm going to count here, we are actually getting 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, so in itself these are like numbers. Okay, so here we have to place these 3, 1 to 3. Then after that, if I'm going to find another subarray, so it will be like 1 2, then 2 3, and then 1 3. So if I'm going to add these things, so let's say 1 plus 2, which is 3, and again 2 plus 3, which is 5, and 1 and 3, which is, here we can say that 3 3 5. Okay, so 1 2 3, 3 and 1, 3 to 5. Okay, and if we like add 1 plus 2 plus 3, that means here we're actually getting 6. So overall we're actually getting 20. Okay, so yeah, 1 2 and 2 3 are the subarrays, not 1 3 is not a subarray. Okay, so if we do these things, we are actually getting this value. Okay, similarly if I'm talking about the second example here, so 1 and 3 in itself, first of all consider to be like element like 1 and 3, so that means 1 plus 3. Then after that, if we like add these things like 3 plus 1, which is equal to 4, so here we're getting 3 subarrays, and if we take the sum of all these subarrays, we're actually getting 8. So here to return 8 as an output. Here some constant is given like array dot size must be like greater than equal to 1 and less than 10 to the power 5. Okay, and here we have to solve this problem with an expected time complexity of order of n, and expected of this space is like order of 1, and it is a medium problem, and it is like asked it is like based on arrays, data structures, and algorithms. So this problem is like completely based on arrays. Here some logic is like involved, which are basically used to add the total of sub arrays. Okay, so for that, what here I am going to do, here I am going to first of all define the size of an array, which is int n is equal to array dot size, and then after that I have to define, let's say, an integer value, let's say total, which is basically used to define about the total values of sum of subarrays. Okay, so here I am going to declare a variable total and initialize it with 0. Now we have to do what? Here we have to traverse it inside the array and count the sum of subarray, which we can do it simply within a simple line. Okay, within a single line. Okay, so here for int I is equal to 0. Okay, that means we have to start it from the first position, and then I is less than n, then I plus plus, and inside that we have to count the total sum of subarray. So as we have declared the total variable for counting the total of subarray, so here we do total plus is equal to, then here what we have, here we have an array of I. That means here we have to use array of I, which is multiplied by here we can say that I plus 1. Okay, which is for the next value, and let's say to multiply with n minus I. Okay, so this is the syntax, which is basically used to add the total number of subarrays. Okay, once we like done these things, we have to return our total value. Okay, return total. Let me try to compiling done for this question. So here our compilation is completed. Let's try to submit it. So it's submitted. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.